guys, it's Alu, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about dating with social anxiety and just some of the different things people don't actually think about, like normal people, about what we have to deal with. So, if you're lucky enough to have social anxiety and have good looks, it does help. Um, Obviously, if you have social anxiety, you just kind of don't have like enough self-confidence, or you don't feel like enough worth to actually feel like getting dressed up and kind of looking decent. I find myself thinking that, what's the point? I'm not going to even be able to talk to anyone, so why should I look good for anyone? And maybe it's just how I think, because I'm usually a downer, but that's how I am. But seriously, it's very difficult to try to date with social anxiety because it's not very easy, because talking and communicating is not easy at all. It's like we were born without that one specific thing. Which, if I would have rather been born without an arm, not a leg, 'cause I like to walk. But it's extremely difficult because you can't really do anything. Well, you could, but it just takes extra effort. Every day is a struggle trying to talk to people. Usually I try to hold like this intense fear that I get when I go to talk to people. I hold it and I end up breaking down at the end of the day. So that's how I deal with it. I've been getting better with the depression because I'm not a depressed person naturally, and having this anxiety just makes me feel depressed because I don't have any friends, because it's really, really difficult to make friends, like I've said before, and dating is even harder to do because no one wants to date someone that's shy and quiet and is nervous, but they don't know that the people that have actual anxiety, they aren't really like that sometimes. Sometimes a person can be completely different when they're like calm and relaxed and they feel safe. Because with my friends, like they know I acted a little bit weird at first, but they're so cool and they decided to talk to me anyway. And they later find out that I'm actually kind of loud and annoying, which is completely opposite from how I act with everyone else, because I feel kind of scared for no reason, I guess. And it's just very dumb, I think, because dating's already hard as it is, and everyone gets naturally they get a little bit nervous when they want to go talk to someone new, or they find someone that they kind of are interested in. So imagine that, but times the nervousness times 1,000, and that's how us with social anxiety we have to feel. Um, Guys have never really asked me to go on any dates, and even if I did get asked on dates, I probably wouldn't even go because I would be so nervous. Like going out to eat, I feel anxiety because I feel like everybody's judging me because of how I eat, or how I drink, or how I'm talking, how I'm dressed, which is completely unnatural and not logical at all. And it's not reasonable because everyone else is enjoying their food and I should be enjoying mine, but I'm busy being crazy. So going out to eat is never an option. I hate going to movies and sitting in the dark. Well, it's actually, I don't feel as nervous there, but for me, I don't like sitting in dark places, but that's a whole different issue. I don't like to be around people in general, like surrounded by people. Like, I'm afraid that I'm going to get asked a question, I won't have an answer, and I'll feel stupid. That's one big problem with social anxiety, is that you just feel dumb all the time, so you kind of don't feel like ever answering any questions. For me in class, I really hate answering any questions. I hate being called on. I hate talking in front of a class because I feel like everyone's like calling me names in their mind and thinking how stupid my answer is. And it's just so frustrating. If everyone that has social anxiety is frustrated to a point, it's not like we don't try. We don't try to like feel less nervous and more confident. It's impossible. It's not something that we can control, and a lot of people that don't understand, they think that I'm faking it or that I'm acting. My family has even said that maybe I can control it or that I'm responsible for it, but actually it's not because I've always had it. I don't remember a time where I ever felt comfortable talking to another person. I even have anxiety when I talk to people in my family, people that I'm around all the time. Not all, it's not as bad, but occasionally, like, sometimes, I don't know. Depends on how bad the anxiety wants to be that day. And so anyway, I was also thinking about how social anxiety is a little bit worse for guys in dating because girls usually want guys that are confident and that they like to go out and do things and they aren't afraid to, be silly sometimes. And if you have social anxiety, you don't want to do anything like out of normal things. You don't want to be silly. You don't want to be the center of attention. You don't want to be any of that. And girls are usually attracted to those kind of guys. Like they want a guy that's like confident, but we lack confidence in this social anxiety community because we're just so afraid. And I'm trying to think of different ways to deal with the fear, but I haven't figured out any way. So if you guys have any suggestions, I'm totally open to hearing them. So, anyways, I was saying, because I get off topic a lot, guys have a less chance of meeting a girl, which is like I find really sad because I'm not even attracted to them, and I know I should be able to relate to someone that has as many problems as I do, but that's not what I want because I know that once I can get past my fear thing, that I'm a completely different person, and I don't want to be with someone that's gonna just always be kind of afraid because I guess my self-esteem is not it changes because when I'm around people that I don't know, I don't have any self-esteem, but I really do have self-esteem because that's not who I am. So it's kind of difficult to show people my personality, which is another thing that we have to suffer through because people never get to know who we really are because we're so afraid to let anyone get near us, in an emotional way. Because we don't want to be judged, and that's what's always in the back of my mind is how am I being judged? How am I, being thought of? Are all the thoughts good or bad? Like, I don't know, and that's what really frustrates me. And with dating, and that's anyway, what I was trying to get across was that dating is very difficult. And, most of people usually end up turning to online dating, but there's the thing with online dating is it's not fun to online date. I have tried, like on games and Facebook, whatever, trying to meet someone, but usually it doesn't work out. Even if you're like in the same area, it usually doesn't work out. I don't know if that's just my bad luck or if it goes on everywhere because I don't know, it's not the same as having to meet someone while you're out and doing things that you like. And I kind of feel like I would be settling for someone that I don't really like just because they're interested. That's another thing that ends up happening a lot with us is that the social anxiety group, I hate my accent on social, okay, whatever, is that we end up settling for something that we don't necessarily like, but we feel like if that's the only thing we're going to get, we're just going to take it because it's hard to find someone, it's hard to find someone that you can relate to and someone that can I don't know, kind of just, you want someone that's like you. And there's also the other people that have social anxiety and they want someone that has no problem being loud and confident, but the problem is that they usually want someone that's loud and confident too. So it's either, there's only like two things you can pick, is either someone who's equally as shy and quiet as you are, or settling for something you don't want. So we don't have a lot of options, and I don't really trust online dating because, as I said before, it never works out. or you meet someone in person and they're nothing like you thought they would be. So that's another video I have to do about online dating and things. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks.